Iceberg charts. They're an easy way of organizing information from most known at the top to least known at the bottom. I have pulled together one for us, 6 layers in total with information of varying obscurities. I have put them together in this chart as a collection for you, so without further ado, let's begin. Event name translations. This refers to how event names are translated into English sometimes. Some of them get the community pretty mad. Well, I think that's an understatement. All of them get the community intensely mad for absolutely no reason. The name of the event doesn't physically hurt you if they change it. Sometimes they fit better, actually. Like, take for instance, Whip Yourself into Shape was Whip the Wimp Girl on JP. I don't know why people take such offense to this, honestly. It's not that big of a deal. Whip Yourself into Shape actually fits better than Whip the Wimp Girl. Whip the Wimp Girl just sounds weird, and Whip Yourself into Shape's like an actual expression, so yeah, not much more to that one. Good old Jack. Jack is a legendary Project Sekai player who never ceases to AP. Any song, any difficulty, you can be sure he will AP it. Good old Mizuki 5. This event is Mizuki's 5th focus, also known as Where Does the Path of Thorns Go? This event's kind of notorious in the community for what happened in the story, and also the cards, untrained versions, and the ominous bells tolling meme. Oops, accidentally forgot to add this one on. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. The community's incredibly toxic. If you don't like a ship, then go hang yourself. If you don't agree with my take on a character, send them to the gallows. If you like a character I don't, then get off the internet. That kind of stuff. In this community, everyone is an Enna or Mizuki stan, and if you don't like them, they take offense with that. I don't like Enna. Like, she's probably my least favorite character in the game, right alongside with Mizuki. And people take that personally. Oh my gosh. You know, I have a reason for not liking Enna specifically, and I just don't find Mizuki interesting. She's kind of boring, not gonna lie. Unpopular opinion. You'll see why I don't like Enna down in the last tier. This isn't about my opinions on the characters, this is mostly supposed to be factual stuff, so yeah, but the community is very toxic. For some inexplicable reason, this song is like censored at the end. I'm not really sure why. My only guess would be that the creator requested it be, but a swear word is cut out of this song, like right at the end, I believe is where it is. I haven't listened to the original song, honestly. Now, I do have a theory here, so I'm not sure if it's kept in the original version with Miku. Here we go. Miku's singing, top track, right? They delete it, and then they add Nightcorn they add Nightcord in over it, and that takes out that part of the song. Accidentally. This is assuming it was an accident, they didn't mean to, but, yeah, what am I even talking about? This moving on. Rad Weekend is the name of the legendary night that Vivid Bad Squad wish to surpass in their main story, and I believe they do end up in Over Rad Squad. I think that's the event where they do it. I mean, this one's pretty self-explanatory. My biggest issue I take with this is, the names of songs. Like, this is, in English, this would be I'm a Loser, but it says Damininganda instead. What's the point? Why don't you just translate it so English people can read it, actually, without having to go look it up? Also, whatever this is, that's supposed to be the Earth's final confession. If I wanted to read them all with Japanese names, I'd go to JP. This is global. People here do not speak Japanese, so you should be translating them. Like, do your job, bro! I don't understand why they don't translate it. It'd take like 15 seconds to add, and it'd be so much easier for everyone else, and make the game more consistent. Why are some song names in English, but some aren't? I mean, their tuning sounds worse than my Amazing Dolls cover. At least that had some form of personality. You can listen to any cover featuring the Vocaloids and pretty much hear that their tuning is not good. I'm not really sure who's doing what here. If they've been doing this for 5 years straight, you'd think they'd have at least a little bit of an understanding of what they're doing, but they apparently don't. And I also think it has something to do with the quality of the new type voice banks. Honestly, to me, they're just way too choppy. Another problem I have with this, not even related, but they shove Vocaloids into every single cover nowadays. You don't get just units singing together, it's always with a Vocaloid. Wonderhoy is the catchphrase of Emu Otori, and there's not much more to it than that, actually. While we could sit here and debate the origins of this word, I'd rather move on to Tier 2. Our first entry for this tier is Korea/EN exclusive songs. So some of the servers, being Korea and EN, have exclusive songs. Also, I kind of forgot to mention this, but I believe China has some too. Some examples of these exclusive songs would be Copycat and Alone for Korea, and Magical Cure Love Shot, and Electric Weekend Zone for EN. While I was trying to find some examples of these exclusive songs, I happened to come across this meme. Yeah, so I guess these songs aren't so exclusive. Colorful Stage, a miku who can't sing. This entry refers to the movie made about the game, with that title. I haven't actually watched the movie, so I don't know if it's any good, or what it's about for that matter, but I do know if you went to the movie, they would hand out codes. These codes had little codes on them, and you could redeem them on a website, and you'd get stuff in-game. You'd get a Miku 4-star, I believe you can get a bunch of 2-stars as well. This 4-star has the special property of being the only 4-star with 2 hairstyles attached to it. I also believe there's an entire Sekai locked behind this. I could be wrong. I've seen some images, so I'm not too sure if it's real. And if so, wow, that's stupid, because not everyone went to watch the movie or could go to watch the movie, so... World Link 2. Okay, so I'm actually talking about the cards. I know, it's pretty hard to tell what I'm talking about just by the title of that entry, but this is about the cards. So, some of the cards, I'm not sure if it's all of them, but I was mainly thinking about the Vivid Bad Squads in doing this, show an alternate reality where, they don't get together, which is kind of cursed and kind of sad. I mean, Toya goes to Germany, it's rough out there. And all of these cards show what their life would be like without their respected unit. I'm pretty sure this happens with Wonderland Showtime as well. I think they're the only other ones who have a world link right now as of the time I'm recording this. This legendary typo was bestowed upon the Never Give Up Cooking event on EN. Honestly, I'm not sure why this is its own separate entry. Some of these should just be grouped with bad localization. This entry refers to how some charts reference the lyrics of their song. A good example of this would be Pomp and Circumstance with that one note we all know. And as you can see in my background footage, Villain has an X and a Y when V-Flower says X and Y. Ensemble Stars collab. So Project Sekai had a collaboration with Ensemble Stars, which is basically Project Sekai, but they're all boys. And there's no Miku. Wait a minute. So obviously, it was with all the boys. Shocking. Look, Len and KAITO got included too. Also, here's Tsukasa mewing. Anyways, back to the information part of this. This started February 14th and went to February 25th, I believe, of 2025. During this time, there was a little extra area, a little Sekai, for Astrofest, and you could see all the hit N-Stars characters, like Wise from Zenless Zone Zero, to Casa, I think that's just Mafuyu, and the red-haired one. This collaboration brought us some 4-star cards for all the boys, well, except for Len and KAITO, because you guys aren't special enough, haha, losers. These collaboration cards came with stamps and a costume. Also, I'm pretty sure there was something else, hold on, what was it? Whatever, I have the image on screen, you can look yourself and see what it was. Another thing this collaboration brought was a whole new song to the game called Fusion Apparently in N Stars, they literally had a 3D MV for this, and wow, what is that? Can I put an image on the screen of like what this looks like, please, editor? I'm not sure if this was a good idea, but it exists. This also brought some more covers without 3D MVs. I know we got King, Fragile, and Kagerou Daze release date. This entry refers to when Kagerou Daze was released. 8/15, or August 15th. For those who don't know, well, read the first line of the song. Oh man, where do I even start with this one? This entry is referring to Mafuyu's mother. She's not very well liked in the community for certain reasons. I haven't really read all of Night Court's stories involving her, so I don't really know the entire lore of her, but basically she's not very nice. She forces Mafuyu to become a doctor even though she wants to be a nurse, along with a number of other crimes. This entry was accidentally incorrectly listed on the Iceberg. It should say Sanrio collab instead of Hello Kitty. My bad. This entry refers to the Sanrio collab, which was held from December 5th through December 19th of 2023 on JP. This collab featured a bunch of limited cards, a login campaign, a new Sekai, and some virtual avatar items. During the 3.5-year anniversary celebration on English server, there was a collaboration held with American music artist Porter Robinson, which added one of his songs, being Sad Machine. 25 KAITO. This entry refers to how for the longest time Night Court KAITO was missing, and I believe was the only virtual singer variant not in the game. He's in the game now, but it's still a little strange that he took this long to be put in. This makes sense because I believe it has to do with Mafuyu's feelings and her not realizing that part of her feelings until that event. Petit Sekai is a 10-episode animated miniseries about the Project Sekai characters just doing stuff. They have such adventures as Night Court Miku's food review, the Pancake Hunters. I'm going to get cancelled if I show the image, so I probably shouldn't show that, and many more. Requested songs. This entry refers to the songs that got into the game via requests. Some Twitter polls were held to decide songs that were put in the game, and, oh my gosh, is that Uratanda and the Hated Rangers? No way. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Some songs got in through this request via the Twitter poll. A couple examples would be Melty Land Nightmare, Venom, Paradise Laura Benzen, and Kaisei. There are a lot more than I listed there, and here are 4 that haven't been added yet. I was shocked when I read the list, because all I knew what was on there was Uratanda. 1/6 out of the Gravity is on that list, which is wild they haven't added that song given how popular it is. I think this entry is also incorrectly listed. What is with me with incorrectly listing collaboration names? Anyways, this refers to the 7 Deadly Sins collab, or Akuno Taizai, which on EN was held from December 15th to December 28th, 2022. This collaboration introduced a new Sekai, a couple cards, and a few new songs. Honestly, the highlight of this entire event for me might have been reading Kaito's card story. I'm not sure what was happening in it, but it was low-key pretty funny. Failure Girl delay. This refers to the delay of the song Failure Girl on JP. I believe this was done because of a glitch or bug in the 3D MV. If I had to guess, I'd probably say it's something with the eyes and the lighting at the end. April Fool's units. This refers to the units that are created specially for April Fools. In 2024, we had Mirai Toshi Deachi Kochi, Nico Nico Tabemo Sagashi, Koto Hitoki Space Cafe, Warera Pegasasu Tankentai, Genshi no Mori de Food Hunt, Survival Masters. Yeah, quite a few. In 2025, we had Tensho Zetai, Zoo Rangers, Fow, Hope Hope Heart, Fussy Eaters, Devoted Evil, and Sibnel. No clue how you say that. Another thing to mention is that each of these groups got their own cover. Cup Noodle. This refers to the collaboration held with the Cup Noodle brand. This collaboration added a login bonus apparently exclusive to JP and 5 new songs. You can watch ads. If you go to the square, you can click on the screen and watch ads. I believe this is how it works. I've honestly never tested this for myself because, that doesn't appear for me for some reason. Through watching ads, I know you can obtain a variety of items, like 4-star cards, excuse me, yo, where are my ads? And basic materials. Cheerful Carnivals are a 5v5 game mode where a song is randomly selected and your team must get more points than the other team. The reason I bring this up is the removal of them on JP, and they're also about to go on EN. I don't know the exact reason of their removal, but I believe it was because they're really glitchy and they're really laggy. I've honestly never had problems with them myself, but I guess a bunch of other people have. Night Chord's original Untitled. Now, I don't think a lot of people know this, but I did choose to put it higher up on the list. Night Chord's original Untitled song was supposed to be Cell Phone Love Story, but for whatever reason, that was not it in the final game. I guess it just didn't fit them quite right, and the song was eventually added through the release campaign. Plushies. Now, I'm honestly not really sure what this means. I should have been way more specific. This could mean the ones in My Sekai, this could be the ones in Wonderland Sekai, or it could be the ones in real life. Twilight Melody. This refers to the song by the same name, which was commissioned by Circus P for the 2nd anniversary of EN. By the way, I kinda go on and off saying global and EN. Just know they mean the exact same thing in my head. The reason I brought this up was because, well, it's commissioned specifically for EN and wasn't on JP for a while. Until they did this. Can we not just have our own exclusive content? I genuinely don't see why it's such a problem. Vivid Bad Squad Archives. I'm honestly not too sure how to explain this one. They're like extra covers, but they're not in the game. And they do a lot of talking before they sing. Count Pearl and Shibao. These are the names of Kohane's snake and Honami's dog, respectively. A sad farewell at Curtain Call. This refers to Rui's third focus event with that same name. The reason I bring this up is due to the commission song. What sort of ending were you wishing before? This song was actually removed from the game due to the producer behind it committing some form of crime, I believe. Honestly, I feel like we should keep the music separate from the person who made it sometimes, because this song wasn't doing anything, it was the person who made it. To my knowledge, this song was removed from all streaming services as well. Saito Ayaka. I forgot the U in her name. Saito Ayaka is another character in the More Jump story who acts as their manager. Her main role is the manager, and resident Shizuku Simp. I brought her up because I don't see a lot of people talking about her, yet she appears in a lot of their news stories, so... Fireflower 3DMV. In reality, what this should say is Fireflower Rewrite, because this has nothing to do with the 3DMV. The reason this is on here is the fact that this is a mixed group song, but it's not collaboration explicitly, I believe. I don't believe this was part of the OnStars collaboration, but apparently it was shown off in that live stream, so if this song is technically part of that collaboration, well, this entry is pointless and just skip. Shizuku can't work tech. This entry is exactly as it states. Shizuku does not know how to work modern technology. And this is mentioned multiple times. One of the ones that sticks out in my head is her thinking that when a phone dies, it's just dead and you gotta buy a new one. No charging. Saki glue theory. This entry refers to a theory of the same name, stating that if Saki were to die, none of the events of the game would have taken place. I talked this theory over with a friend, and we both concluded, this actually cannot work, and I do not understand why so many people believe it. Okay, let me debunk this for you. Tsukasa would not have started Wonderland Showtime if Saki was dead. That much is correct. He also probably would not have been able to motivate Toya, so no Vivid Bad Squad. 2 off. Easy. Those 2 are probably the most accurate I could see. And finally, Leonid would not have been founded without Saki getting the group back together. Now, the rest of them are downhill from here, because that's where they stop making sense. Night Chord would not be happening, because Kanade is dead because Honami is not her housekeeper. First of all, Honami can still be her housekeeper if Saki is dead. I don't think Saki has anything to do with Honami's financial needs. And More Jump is where I get so tilted, because This is awful. Shizuku needs to stop being an idol to support Shiho, who's sad because Saki died. What are you actually on about? There is no way. Look, I understand she's obsessed with her sister, but like, she doesn't have to stop being an idol to support her or help make her feel better about this. By the way, I'm pretty sure Shiho would be the least affected by it. Genshin characters. Oh my gosh. I saw this repeated on a bunch of icebergs. I think it's a joke. I'm pretty sure. Let's go with this one as a joke on ours. Some Genshin characters have vague resemblances to characters in Project Sekai, so Child kind of looks like Akito. Haruka kind of looks like Shincho. I don't need to spend that long on this entry. Keep moving. Vivid Bad Squad Spotify hacked. Okay, so this has kind of happened multiple times and I don't really know too much about it, so here are some images. This edited one is from the first time, I believe, and this AI generated looking one is the second time, I believe. It's honestly kind of strange that it's always Vivid Bad Squad. Alternate 3D MV cuts. This refers to the alternate cuts of 3D MVs that can be seen when using a World Link card. Some examples of this are Filament Fever with Tsukasa's second World Link card, Rui having one in Showtime Ruler with his second World Link card, Nene having one in the Miniature Coral's Garden in her second World Link card, and Emu having one in Hoshizora Orchestra with her second World Link card. Akito has dyed hair. I'd say this is a decently well-known fact by now, but Akito has a little piece of hair that is canonically dyed. It's this yellow strip right here. And I am going to cut it short for part 1. This has taken a lot longer than I thought it would, so I'm going to split the iceberg into half, and you'll see the next one sometime soon, hopefully. Anyways, thank you for watching. And if you noticed anything wrong with the video, please comment and let me know so I can fix it by the time part 2 comes out. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.